Let the words flow. Welcome to Poetically Thinking Podcast every second and third Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am your poetic haiku host, Kim B. Miller, the first African American poet laureate for Prince William County, Manassas, and Manassas Park, Virginia, award winning spoken word poet, facilitator, speaker, teaching artist, author. Let's get into today's subject. What's today's topic? Let's dip into parenting, shall we? Hi, everybody. Let's dip into parenting, shall we? For those of you who don't know, this podcast is 17 minutes because I am a lover of all things haiku, and haiku are 17 syllables. Yes, this is a live broadcast. Yes, there will be mistakes made, but it is what it is. So let's get started into today's subject. For those of you who don't know, I love talking about parenting. It's one of the things. I am a parent. I am a parent of four, two from the heart, two from the stomach. You know, poets don't say anything simple. Two from the heart, two added to my heart through marriage, and two pushed out the old fashioned way. So, with that in mind, parenting is one of those subjects that's near and dear to my heart. And what I see a lot of is what I wanted to talk about, which is what I call parenting or parental stability killers. Yes, parental stability killers. And this is my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. I'm just, as always, as poets do, we try to give you another aspect or perspective that you didn't think of to add to your already vast arsenal. Doesn't mean I'm right and you're wrong. Doesn't mean you're wrong and I'm right. It's different aspect, different possibilities. Anyway, let's get started. So this 18 and you're out syndrome. I don't know who started it. And a lot of parents are doing, well, it happened to me. So, and look how good I turned out. Um, yeah, that part. Let's even assume that you did turn out good. It doesn't mean you should use it on your child. I don't know where this one size fit all parenting model came from, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work if you have more than one child to use the exact same parenting model on every single child. One child may be more sensitive, one may be more bold, etc. So each child needs their own individual parenting plan. Think about it this way. Let's say you are dating someone and they came up to you and said, hey, I got you flowers. You hate flowers. Or, hey, I got you tickets to this particular game and you don't like that sport. You would be like, well, why did you get me that? Well, the last few people I dated like this. You wouldn't like them using a one size fits all pattern for you. As a matter of fact, you'd be outraged, disgusted, and angry that they didn't take the time to get to know you and figure out something that would make you happy or figure out your love language or whatever thing you want to call it. You want another significant other to go through all this pattern and learning and development, which is 100% fair and 100% normal. But when it comes to your kids, you want a one-stop shop form of parenting. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. They are individuals just like you are an individual. So treat them individually. And this 18-year-old, well, once you hit 18, you got to go. Why? You're an adult then. Were you an adult when you were 18? Now that you look back and you saw some of the things you did at 18, 17, 16, 20, and 21, if we were going to be honest, you know you made plenty of mistakes and you made a lot of avoidable mistakes if you had had some guidance, good guidance, because all guidance ain't good. Just saying. I remember I told you, we talking truth and facts here, not fluff. All guidance ain't good. So with that in mind, if you are that parent who says, well, I've seen these horror stories where the kid is at graduation and the parents are home packing up their stuff and they don't even know they get home and their stuff is packed up. Why are you doing that? Even if that's your rule, and I may disagree with it, depending on the circumstance. You can't have a conversation. You just said your child is now an adult, but you didn't have an adult conversation with your child about them getting out at 18. So 18 is it. 18, they're a fully grown adult with all the skill set you want them to have. And if not, too bad, get out, good luck. I just don't understand the pattern of not having the conversation and them being shocked that this is taking place. If you, the adult, feel that this is your rule and is your household, that's your rule, that's your household. But to not have the discussion and just kick people out, why not have it? Why not? Yeah, I'm pausing. I'm waiting for you to tell yourselves the reasons that you have for this. Now, for those of you who say, well, they don't have a job, they don't have school, blah, blah. In this economy, a lot of people don't have a lot of things. I'm going to tell you, as a grown woman, I went back home to my parents' house several times. Two great people. We had our disagreements young in life, but we became thick as thieves. I don't know where that saying came. Anyway, we became thick together later in life and since are tight as ever. And my dad told me, you will always have a place here. Did that mean I stayed with him forever and I was sitting home chilling, not working or not going to school? Absolutely not. I was always either going to school or working. And that's one of the requirements for my household as well. You have to be attempting something. Your passion, your job, your college education, your trademarks, or what do you call it? A technical schooling, because everybody doesn't need to go to college. If you want to go into plumbing and mechanics or anything, I'm fine with that. Whatever it is that speaks to you, speaks to you. Now, if you have had that conversation and you see it going nowhere, again, I'm not 100% telling you under no circumstances should you be doing what you want to do in your house. That's not the point of this. That is not. Please hear me. And it's not me sitting over here trying to tell you how to run your household. It's not. So I have to say these things, because if not, you'll just dismiss me and say, you don't understand. You don't live in my house. Yeah, I'm knocking stuff down. Remember, I told you this is live. What I'm trying to get you to see is a different perspective that your child may be going through. If that's the rule for your household, and if you've had discussions with your child who's going to be an adult, and you say at a certain time point, I think that children who turn into adults should leave the home. And then you go into your explanation as to why. Now, if at that point you know your child does not have a way, means, or place to stay, what is your plan B? Or is there no plan B and they have to get out no matter what? And do you think that's a fair assessment? Do you think that's fair, especially in this world where so many people are missing, that you kind of just say, good luck? I think we have to really be careful. I'm not saying coddle, because y'all, I'm sure you're going to hear that too. She's just talking about coddling kids forever, having a 90-year-old kid in your house and blah, blah. I'm not talking about that. But what I am talking about is you balancing this fairly so that everybody affected feels safe, secure, and is on the right path for them. Because just to kick them out, and they don't have a place to go or a job yet or a means to. Now, again, if this has been a plan for a time and there's been situation and this is job number 65 that they have quit because they don't like it, I get it. But a lot of times it's not that, unfortunately. A lot of times it's us with rules that benefits us and only us. And then later on, if something happens and one of the parents gets sick and now you need some help, well, could you come back and assist? But you told me I was grown and get out. Yeah, but we need help now. I'm just, you know, and then you're going to want them to come back and be that help that you need when you weren't really interested in hearing them out when they needed help. Now, does that mean we do tat for tat and, revenge? No. But sometimes I've seen these other TikToks, video programs, and such where people are like, I don't understand where people have all these kids and when they're sick or need help, nobody comes to help them. Really? You don't understand why? Ask the kids. Because a lot of times they weren't treated that great when they were there. So why would they be running back now that you're sick? Where were you when they needed help? Or when they needed something that was relevant to them? Or they were doing something that they were passionate about, but you were too busy to attend every single time, even when it was online or recorded, that you could have gone back and look at it later. We understand there's jobs, there's other things that you have to attend to, but in the age of Zoom where a lot of this stuff is recorded and you haven't bothered to watch the recording, kids can smell hypocrisy a mile away. They are the best lawyers in the world. They could be defense attorneys out of the womb. So when you tell them something that doesn't make sense or is not logical in their mind, the first thing they're doing is going through the logical patterns and going, no, absolutely not. No, no. So don't be the hypocrite that then needs to help. Let me say that again. Don't be the hypocrite that then needs the help. I don't know another way to put that. If your child is someone you know that has special needs, that's even more reason for you to come up with a concrete plan as they age, what's going to happen in the next steps. Kicking people out just because they, you know, unfortunately, I've heard of the ones at 1201, according to the kids, they never had a discussion about it. And I do realize the kids can possibly not be telling the truth. 1201 is like, well, happy birthday. Well, bye. Really? If you have a rule for your household, it shouldn't be announced at 1201 on the person's 18th birthday. It should be well discussed with a plan in place so this can be effective and a happy time for all concerned. If it's only happy for you, then you may understand why your kids may not be looking toward talking to you later. If it's something that was never discussed and it was just dropped in their lap, you can understand how they may not be happy and may not be willing to talk to you later. I think a lot of times that parents kind of put the blind eye as to why they've been cut off from their kids. And their kids eloquently state from A to Z why they cut their parents off. It's very seldom you go up to a child who has cut a parent off and they don't know exactly why they did it. They can tell you from A to Z. And then the parent is sitting there going, oh, well, if you're going to look at it that way. What other way is there to look at it? What other, you know, we have to accept a couple of things. One, that our kids are not from that age of do as I say, not as I do, just do it because I said. We want thinkers. This is what we say as parents. We want thinkers. And then we get thinkers and we get mad because they're thinking. I'm going to say it again. We as parents say we want thinkers. We want kids who can make great discernment so they know if someone tells you to jump over the bridge, would you do it? Blah, 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 blah. We want you to think for yourself. Blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as they do, they start seeing through some of our crap. And now we're like, well, I wanted you to use the thinking on them, but not me. I don't want you to do any discernment on me. What I say goes. A good thinker is thinking no matter who's talking. A good thinker uses discernment no matter who's there. You can't be a part-time thinker. Let's be joyous in the fact that we have kids who are thinkers. Me personally, I love the good argument with my kids. That means that they would thinker. If they could debate me, then they could debate anybody out there. They could be ready. The thought process, I could hear it. I could see where they went to when their defenses went up. I could see where their pattern of problem solving went. These are avenues that we can explore together if we as parents start to think of this and life as teaching moments and not I tell you what to do moments. I'm not saying you never get to tell your child what to do. There's going to be absolutes in life. I have to make these disclaimers because some of you will stay on the what if land for forever. But I really want you to get the point. And the point is, our kids need us to treat us as individuals. And if there's a plan in place and a timeline to which you are living by that your child is not aware of, that's not fair to them. Let your rules and procedures be transparent. Let them be known. Let everything that you have a circumstance, not the word circumstance, a condition attached to be known. Let it be relevant to the situation, not something that happened because, well, it happened to me, so this is what I'm going to do. Is it relevant for today's time? If it is, explain how you see the relevance. It's these explanations and the conversation that happens behind the explanation that eliminates a lot of doubt, eliminates a lot of reasoning. Because if you give no explanation, believe you me, your child will make up one for themselves. So it's up to you to be clear and concise. Thank you for listening today. Let's stay for the final haiku. Haiku. Your kids don't know their times table, but they know they cannot count on you.